Rise and grind, folks. Guys, I am on the way to a no AC call, and it is a rainy start to the morning. Guys, I am on the way to, this is a brand new customer. He called yesterday and said that the AC just stopped working. I am a few blocks away. I'll see y'all when I get inside. I'll see you later. All right, guys, I just came from inside. This customer has 2 units, one on the first floor, one on the second floor. He sets both thermostats to 65. The first floor thermostat downstairs is like an ice box. The first floor thermostat is already satisfied, but the second floor is set at 65, but it's down to 72. And guys, right now it's very humid out here, but it's about 75 degrees. It's only going to be like a high of 80 today, but the humidity is definitely high. But guys, me personally, I think it definitely feels good up there. But I told him what I'm going to do. I just came from inside, guys. That filter was a little dirty, but the fan was definitely blowing. I'm going to check the charge first, and then I'm going to go through my checklist. All right, guys, I'll be back. All right, guys. This thing is flat on charge, and this is the second floor AC. This is a 2.5 ton R22 unit, 1996. This thing is definitely pushing 30 years old. Now, guys, I did ask the customer about the history of this second floor unit. He said he just bought this place a few months ago, and technically he hasn't used the AC last year, or I guess the people that lived here last summer, they didn't really use this AC, and I guess this unit passed inspection. But guys, just as a reminder, with inspection, if something's working, they're not going to have a technician come out to test it, meaning with this AC unit, if the fan is running, chances are it's going to pass inspection. This thing could be flat on charge, but I've seen this a million and one times, especially with flip homes, guys. Just because an AC unit passed inspection, that don't necessarily mean that it's actually working. I know some inspectors, keyword, some inspectors may test the supply for cold air and warm air, give or take. But like I said, guys, most of them, if they hear the fan running in the furnace, or if they see the fan running out here, that's enough for them to just pass the inspection. But guys, like, it is what it is. I'm glad that he called us out here now, because I think next week it's going to get back up into the hundreds. But based on what he said, nobody came out here. He said it was working up until a couple days ago. But the fact that it's low on refrigerant, we definitely got to have a conversation with this customer, because, guys, 30-year-old unit, can you refill this unit? And the point is, he said no one came out to do anything here. Can we refill this unit? Yes, but like I said, guys, there's no warranty with refrigerant. So if this stuff leaks out tomorrow or next week, then he's going to be right back to square one. All right, guys, let me bring the customer over and let's have that conversation. I'll be back. All right, guys, I just came from speaking with the customer inside, and I gave him best and worst case scenarios with repair and replace. Guys, I explained to him refrigerant is not a mechanical part. A refrigerant is a gas. Once refrigerant leaks out, there's really not much you can do besides either do a leak check or replace the unit. At this point, guys, the customer understood, no warranties, but he said since this is the first time that he had this issue with having a Freon problem, he said that he wants to first try to refill it. He said worst case, if it leaks out, he'll replace it. But at this point, guys, it gets very tricky. Like I say, every situation is different. If this customer would have said that someone already came out to have refrigerant, then at that point I wouldn't recommend refilling it again. I would just recommend replacement. But since this is his first time having this issue, it's worth giving it a shot. But there's no history on his unit, so there's really nothing to go off of, especially with refrigerant refills. If what you do today leaks out tomorrow, what's the game plan? Because at this point, guys, the customer knows, to be prepared for the worst, but we're definitely hoping for the best here. But guys, doing a leak check on a 30-year-old unit, that's going to be out the equation. That's one thing the customer mentioned as well. He was like, can we do a leak check? And I carefully explained to him that if this AC unit was about 10 years old or less, then yeah, it would be worth doing. But I'm like, due to the cost of the refrigerant and also the uncertainty of a 1996 straight AC condenser. If we do a leak check and we find a coil leaking outside, if we fix that leak, there's still no guarantees that something else won't leak on the system. So is leak checks worth doing? It really depends. You got to take that on a case-by-case basis. But all right, guys, let me get the refrigerant and let's refill this. I'll be back. Hold up. And scratch that, guys. Right when I went to the truck to get the refrigerant, this customer spoke with his wife, and they're going to go through us to just replace the unit instead of refilling the refrigerant. And guys, this is a OR22 system, and the price is like over $1,000 to refill that system. Guys, at this point, I told the customer we can definitely try anything, but the likelihood of this problem coming back to be an inconvenience was definitely too high. So this customer is going through us to get the system replaced. And guys, I get to save some refrigerant because I knew whatever I added to that system was probably gonna leak out again. But guys, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta roll to the next one. There you have it, no AC call, unit flat on charge. And I spoke with the customer. Instead of refilling almost 8 pounds of refrigerant on the R22 system, they're going to just get the AC unit replaced on the second floor. But all right, guys, keep rocking and rolling. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.